Lori, John, talk a little bit about some of the nuances for the uninitiated between 9-ball and 8-ball. If you boil it down, a lot of the players at this event have said what 9-ball is to checkers, 8-ball is to chess. Is that accurate?
Absolutely. 8-ball is there's no luck involved in 8-ball. You have to run out in 8-ball. If you run out and you quit, if you get that position on the last ball or something, you're finished. There is no getting it back in 8-ball.
Now, Efren is a Hall of Famer, and the reason he is here is the 42 best players in the world, including all the Hall of Famers, played round-robin matches for the last 4 days. And of all of those players, the best 42 players in the world, Efren came out on top. And that's why he's facing Mike Siegel. And this is a huge match. It's the match really of the century. It's the match that everyone in pool around the world have been dying to see. Half the people in the world think Efren Reyes is the greatest player who's ever lived. The other half think Mike Siegel is the greatest player that ever lived.
5 in the corner.
Efren Reyes absolutely can do things that I don't think I've ever seen before. That was a great shot.
That was unbelievable. He had to play it off that ball. They call that a carom shot.
Exactly, and the average person probably wouldn't have done that.
3 in the corner.
Couldn't have done it.
Certainly not on purpose. Oh, and he couldn't get it to drop into the corner, so we'll see the king for the first time.
Unbelievable. Laurie, what happened here? Was this nerves? I mean, this was not a...
I'm thinking it's just nerves right now. You know what? He jumped up on the shot there. It's definite nerves.
There it is again. Now, it's important that people at home know we're playing on very traditional equipment. The pocket size on these tables are like it was 30, 40 years ago when Fats and Mosconi were playing. They were only 4.5 inches maximum. A lot of the tournaments people see on television today, the pockets are 5 or even 5.5 inches. And Efren would have made that on the easier equipment. This is traditional pool. And that's one of the reasons he missed that ball.
Absolutely. I mean, it hit inside the pocket, if you would notice, but he just didn't hit it in the middle of the pocket.
This is a tough shot for Siegel. Watch this.
Oh, what a good try. He tried to break those 2 balls up right there. That was a fabulous try.
Almost did it.
That's the kind of skill that the pedestrian pool hall player and the guy that plays in the fraternity house and the firehouse is not going to be able to master in a couple of days.
Exactly. There's a lot of people at home right now who would say, gosh, I could have made that 3 ball. But again, tight pockets and the pressure are going to get to the players.
Now, you played Mike in this arena. Let's see what he does here. Then I want you to tell us about the pressure that these players are facing. John.
And Mike tanks one.
That's the pressure right there.
Boy, a couple of Hall of Famers with an early case of the yips.
Now here's, see
Kevin
if he moves.
4 ball in the corner.
Well, he kind of jumped
I think
up a
he
little.
jabbed a little bit at it. He just didn't have a nice stroke on it.
This is once again not to understate the importance and the significance of this. It's the largest prize pool in the history of the game. And as highly decorated and skilled as these players are, anybody's going to feel a little bit of the heat in a situation like this.
The first 2 racks, you're going to see a little bit of the jitters. Once they get over that, the match is going to go fast.
Well, I remember you, Lord John, in your match against Mike Siegel in the first ever IPT event, saying that you were as tight as a drum through the almost first full game.
Probably for the whole match.
8 in the corner.
For the game.
Look at
that. Reyes. So Reyes with his second break. And this time nothing drops. So an open table for the king.
Now Mike Siegel was voted the greatest living player in the world by Billiards Digest magazine.
Mike could be playing to an argued disadvantage in that, as the king, he hasn't had to go through the field. He doesn't necessarily have a quote-unquote tournament stroke right now because all of his racks have been practice racks, whereas Efren has had 2 full days of competition.
Absolutely. You know, even though he's played on this table and practiced on this table all week, there is nothing
6 on the
like
side.
being under the pressure. You have to be under the pressure.
If you have an option, Lori John, would you rather be the king and have people coming at you fresh, or would you rather be out there playing
2
in the
on the
field to
side.
have your stroke down?
I'd have to say playing in the field. Get my jitters out in the beginning and come on and play that final.
Now, I talked to Efren earlier in the practice room. He had just flown in from Japan for this tournament, and he played, 2 full 12-hour days,
4 in the corner.
5 matches each day, 2 days in a row. And I asked him how he was feeling, and he said tired. He said he only slept 4 hours last night. He couldn't sleep. He said he was, excited for the tournament, but also the jet lag and the fact that he's been on his feet playing for, 12 hours, 2 days in a row. He's tired. Mike is fresh, but of course that could mean he's, maybe not in stroke.
Both, you know what? There's a disadvantage in both in that spot, because when you are in the finals, it is hard to sleep. I can definitely attest to that. you can't go to sleep, the night before, and you wind up getting only 4 hours sleep. Mike is Mike's chosen the low balls. The only thing Mike has to worry about is the 11 ball and that 8 ball are frozen together.
And again, for the uninitiated, it's not just a question of one shot at a time. When you play at this level, players like Siegel and Reyes are constantly thinking about the next shot.
Absolutely. If you just heard Mike, Mike just made a comment after he made the 2 ball. He said, "I should have hit them after the 2 ball. That was stupid." I mean, that's what he just said, and he wanted to break out that 8 ball right then.
5 ball.
Now, where does he want to leave the cue ball after this make?
He's going to shoot the 1 ball next, or possibly the 3 ball and break them up now, and then the 1 ball.
It's either the bank or the bust.
Yeah, see, and he's
Exactly
looking
as
at
you described, yeah.
I can't believe it.
That's the problem with 8 ball. People don't understand. 9 ball is dictated 1 through 9. There is no
way over.
choice on what to play. But in 8 ball, when you come down to
Try to hit it with
2
2.
balls being tied up, you've got to break those out in the beginning, because if you wait till right now he's in a tough spot here.
Well, I'm going to go for the bank. You may want to get.
Now he's talking about banking the 8.
Yes.
He's figuring he's going to clear his last 2 balls, and he's figuring that he has to bank the 8 for the win.
So he'll play the 1
1
ball,
ball.
come down for the 3 ball.
Leaves himself in a great position
great.
as well.
I'd
And
try
he's-
and break it except for that ball.
And what he's talking about there, he would try to break them up, but there's no guarantee that he's going to get a shot on the 8
Three
ball,
in the
because the
corner.
14 ball's in the corner and the 13 ball's in the corner. So he's choosing the right shot
Bank
here.
it here.
Yeah, now he's got to go.
8 ball
This is
cross side.
a tough shot. You could make this 10 times in a row or miss them 10 times in a row.
To tie the set.
Nope.
Oh, he missed.
Goes long every time, huh?
Wow.
Here it is.
And that's just a miss. I mean, you can't.
What's he referring to when he says it goes long every time?
Well, that time he did not go long. He actually went short. If he wanted to go long on the bank shot,
Well, I think what he was saying is, because he was practicing on this table earlier, it was going long every
13
single
at a
time.
time.
Every time.
So he was assuming it was going to go long, and all of a sudden, boom, it goes short.
and that's something that we talked about before, Kevin, was practicing in the morning before the people enter and before the camera lights are on, changes the table.
Effort could go up 2-0 here.
Well, Mike Siegel was an 8 ball away from tying up this first set at 1 game apiece. He's left a rather full schedule of balls for Efren Reyes. But as we've seen too many times in this series, Reyes only needs 1 opportunity so often. And the king is hoping he didn't leave a wide open table.
14.
1 foot on the ground, makes a difficult shot.
See, now that was very bad position there, Matt. He came up very short on that shot. to where now this is, instead of being an easy shot, it's
15
just
ball.
a little bit more difficult.
Making it look easy, however.
He's known as the magician because when
11
he does
ball.
get out of position, he comes with these incredible shots.
He makes anything. He makes impossible shots. I've seen him do things that you can't do.
9 in the corner.
Boy, Efren Reyes began this with
10
all
in the
7
corner.
of his strike balls on the table. Mike Siegel again just the 8 ball away from tying up the set at 1 game apiece. Instead, he's looking at the very real possibility of falling behind the magician 2 games to none.
8 ball on the side.
And Efren is going to keep the break. And you know, I watch Efren in the games. You know, he can break and run 5 or 6.
Game 2.
It does make a
The
huge
Reyes
difference
leads 2
whether you're
games to
playing
none.
in tournaments versus practicing at home or playing in local tournaments. There's something different about this atmosphere. You have to get over that.
Now, Efren made a ball. And not that, for those people at home, when you make a ball in the IPT Tour, you have your choice. You can either choose solids or you can choose stripes, even though he only made 1 ball. He has the choice.
Again, the balls are breaking up very good all the time, but you still have some balls that are tied up that are an issue. The 3 ball and the 10 ball are near each
14.
other. And when I played Mike
13.
and missed a shot in the first game, and he won that first game, kind of set the precedent. And his words might come back to haunt him.
Yeah, he missed that shot. He didn't stay down. He's been working on that. He didn't stay down.
12 ball.
We're really seeing the contrasting styles of these 2 Hall of Famers as
11
well.
ball.
Efren, very workmanlike, rarely talking at the table. Mike Siegel, as chatty can be.
He doesn't like this.
Well, I don't know if he was trying to come back to break the 10 and the 3 ball up, or he can possibly make it somewhere. I guess it goes in the corner. Yeah, it goes in the corner.
Fans really appreciating the work of the magician here, including some celebrities who are with us. Joey Fatone, formerly of NSYNC, a big Broadway star now, and Debbie Gibson.
8 ball in the corner.
Three nothing Reyes.
He's going straight inside. What is this?
I was just going to mention that Mike just said that
What
one
the heck
ball,
is
it's like
going
that
on here?
second
2 balls
ball
are going right
is
in.
going
He's
right in
marking
the side
2
pocket
balls
every
going right
time. That's the ball that I make when I break, and it's just the way you hit them.
Both went in. I had him 100 miles an hour to do that.
Well, Efren keeps the break once again. Well, you almost get the sense that after that early miss, Reyes is back to his automatic self.
Throw in where I could. God, I couldn't get one of these to start with.
Those are the grousings of a very nervous king of the hill, folks.
1 in the corner.
You know, the men talk about, the break being the biggest thing, but even though Efren is not, maybe the
side.
power isn't behind his break as much as Mike's, but he's hitting the ball so solidly, and the cue ball's ending up in the middle of the table that he's getting a shot, and the balls are, that one ball's going in the side
6
pocket
in the
every
side.
time. And Efren's loosening up. Look at his stroke.
Oh, believe it. Smooth as glass. And meanwhile, Mike Siegel's thinking about buying one of those trucker's cushions for
7
his
in the
chair.
corner. 4 in the corner.
Well, this is the kind of form that Efren Reyes has shown all throughout this event.
5 in the corner.
Well, Efren Reyes right now, unless something dramatic happens, he looks like he's going to take the first set.
But he could break and run the next 3 games.
Very easily.
8 in the side. Game 4.
Tell you what, Siegel is sitting there shell-shocked right now.
I'm about to shoot again.
He's got a couple cornermen there that he talks to. He's got Billiard Cardona, who's on the IPT tour, and also his longtime friend and fellow Hall of Famer Nick Varner.
So Reyes up
Game 5.
4 games to none.
Now let's look at this one ball, the head ball. See if it goes in that side again.
It's not the one ball I don't think it's going. It's that
Rack,
second.
that's
Okay,
right.
that was different. It was that second ball that was going inside.
Mike finally gets a chance to shoot. Where are the problems here, Louis John?
Right there. The 10 and the 11 ball. Those are the only 2 balls really that are possibly an issue. Everything else is fairly open.
Fans encouraging Seal to, quote, talk it out and let him get comfortable
Boy, oh
here.
boy.
Let's listen to what he has to say. He usually commentates his own table.
Well, you know, this is not an easy run out. You know, he doesn't have a great
I can
opening
make a
shot.
solid, to be honest
I mean,
with
if you
I can't
really
make
if you
one.
really look, he just said he wants to
can,
make
but-
a solid. He wants the solids, but he can't make one.
I don't want to shoot the 7 first.
He's got a tough shot. You want an easy shot for your first, you know, sitting for 4 games. You want an easy shot, and Mike right now does not have one. So he has to come with a good shot, stroke through, stay down. He's going to shoot the 14 right now.
So he's picking
14 in the
stripes, which
corner.
is what he didn't want.
It's not that stripes
Hold
are
on a
bad.
minute.
Solids are just a little bit.
Boy, it's got to be a trick.
Watch an Efren run out, and now he's got a really hard shot to keep going. Otherwise, Reyes gets in, runs the table again.
But it's the right shot.
Nope.
No good.
And he can't get it to run down the rail. Wow.
Now, again, tight
Can't get
pockets.
started.
There it is.
Can't get started.
He had a very
Just can't
difficult,
Get started. I mean,
very
that's
difficult.
All that's got to do is drop. You know what I mean?
Table is still open.
Tight
No,
pockets
I can't
and
get
tight
started. I can shoot
player,
14.
Kevin.
If I get tied up, I lose the game. I mean, I just can't get loose.
He needed an
I
easy
gotta do is
shot
make
on
that
that
ball.
shot. If he shot the 14 ball, the odds of him getting out, if he didn't get perfect to shoot that 11 ball,
5
he
in the
was
corner.
finished anyway. So he chose the right shot.
An open and friendly table for Efren Reyes with a number of easy shots to choose from here to start.
That wasn't that tough. All I got to do is hit it decent. I mean, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? Whatever. I know. I can't get nothing to get going.
Mike Siegel sounds like we pulled him right out of a Sopranos episode. What you gonna do, huh?
He's been doing that his whole life.
Efren Reyes' whole life has been devoted to pool. And as is the case with so many of the players in the IPT from the Philippines, guys, you know, they'll play all day, all night, for days and days at a time.
They live in the pool room, sleep
One
under
ball.
the table.
You know, when you look at the 3 players who were the possible, players to go against Mike Siegel, they were all Philippines.
That's right. Francisco Bustamante, Marlon Manalo, and of course Efren Reyes.
7 ball in the corner.
Two misses so far by the reigning king of the hill, Mike Siegel. And as hot as Efren Reyes is running,
Unbelievable.
he just can't afford to give him that many more second chances.
The good part about this format is it's best 2 out of 3 sets.
Right. It's the first player
on the
to win
side.
8 games wins the set, but you have to win 2 of 3 sets.
The
3
nice
ball on
part
the
about
side.
the second set is like it's like a brand new thing.
6 ball on the
So
side.
the players should come out refreshed.
Lori John, let me ask you this: between sets, would Mike consider going to a practice table just to shoot a little bit? Because he just hasn't been on his feet much here in this match.
No, I think Mike knows he's ready. He just needs a shot. He needs a straight-in shot in the corner pocket or in the side pocket, something easy to start a momentum.
For a
8-ball in the
5-0 lead in this very important opening best-of-3 set. 5-0 Reyes.
5-0. Efren's on.
You know what I mean? It's looking to make 3 in a row, that's all. It's a different rack again. Look at this. Unbelievable. Kicked in.
Keep the break again. Twice did he not sink a ball.
The setup here, fairly open. He's probably going to take the low balls because the 3 ball is blocking the 10 ball. He can play the combination in the 7 ball into the 1 ball in the corner pocket. And everything else is fairly wide open again.
Efren is not known as one of the best breakers in the world. He has a good break.
4-ball.
But he's breaking very well today. He's making a ball on his break, moving the balls all over the table, spreading them out, which is allowing him to run the table. And sometimes the balls, you know, just run a little funny.
5-ball.
Well, you know what? Some tables, too, do not like hard breaks, if that makes sense. You know, the atmosphere, sometimes you have to break them a little softer in order to get
Combination.
everything not
7
tied
into the
up.
1.
So he's shooting the combination now, 7 into the 1. Great shot.
Perfect.
7 in the corner.
Now the Magician's still rolling. And now just an 8-ball away from a 6-0 lead.
Well, this isn't the easiest shot in the world, is it, Lori John?
No, it's not, because the 10 ball, the 10 ball, he has to maneuver around that 10 ball. Again, nothing's
He's known
easy.
as a shot maker and aggressive feat, to say the least.
Like you said, Kevin, though, he is known as a money winner. So when the cash is high.
Well, Mike may have a chance here.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, he flew out of the chair.
Which is good, but Mike needs to slow down right now. Look at the table.
This table is wide open, right, Lori John?
Yeah, this table, he's going to shoot the 11 ball right here in the corner pocket, okay, right now. And what that's going to do is that's the shot he needs, not a difficult shot.
11 ball in the corner.
He's going to just come out. He's going to shoot the 11 ball. He's going to come out for in the middle of the table.
Bounce, baby.
And he didn't hit it
Oh,
very
my
well. Oh, my
God.
goodness.
Don't tell me I can't hit the 9.
He
huh?
can't hit
You
the
can't
9.
hit the 9.
He can't hit the 9.
This is unbelievable here. This is, huh? What's the deal here now? Tell me what's going on here today. Look at this. I mean, what's going on here? Huh? I can't make 1 in a row. It's unbelievable. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I hope I make it, but I wouldn't hold my breath here. That's all I can tell you.
If he tries a shot, that's the only one
And
he has.
he doesn't even have the whole pocket to shoot at. He's only got half of the pocket to shoot
Exactly.
at.
14.
Which again, with 4.5-inch pockets, are not Not a lot of room for error.
Not even
Ah.
close. Get in there.
Oh, and a scratch on top of it. Just to salt up the wound.
Punching every ball. I mean, what is this? Just didn't even stroke that either.
Did he
He
pick
didn't.
up again
He
there?
made two in
He
a row
picked
yet.
up and he did not stroke the shot.
Punched the ball,
He punched the ball. He did not stroke the shot.
misses and scratches.
Unbelievable.
Ball in hand now for Efren, which means he can put the ball anywhere on the table.
2 ball in the corner.
And everything's wide open again. When Mike hit the first shot, the 11 ball, from sitting 5 games, 5 straight games, 6 game, is this 6?
Yeah, it's five.
Five straight games. From sitting 5 straight games, he could not even stroke the ball hard enough to get it into
One
the
in the
middle of the
corner.
table.
3 misses in 6+ games by the current king of the hill. And he's very much in jeopardy of going behind 7-0 in this first
I can't
game.
just make it and wind up in the jaws. What am I going to shoot? You know what I mean? You gotta like force it over here and here. You know what I mean?
He's talking
6
to
ball.
I
longtime
couldn't
friend
think
Nick
right
Varner,
there. Fives in the way.
Hall of Famer.
Over here, I had to go like this. Of course, I could have played the 15. I could have just eased it down, maybe. You're right.
4 in the corner.
What do you say if you're his corner man? If you're in Mike Siegel's corner now, you
2 days against the best players in the world. So he's, they call it having the numb stroke. He's like in dead stroke right now and very confident.
5 in the corner.
You know, a statistic that happened yesterday, Marlon Manalo, almost went to this tournament undefeated.
That's right.
And Marlon had Efren 4-0. And Efren beat him 8-4.
Came back to win, exactly. And, Marlon was playing like God up until then in the tournament.
3 in the corner.
Played 16 matches without a loss. Came up against Francisco Bustamante, lost a heartbreaker, and then against Efren. And whoever won that match was coming into this tournament.
well, he's got a
8
layup
ball
with
in
the
the
8
corner.
ball here.
Take a commanding lead. He missed. Oh, almost missed that ball.
Game with the Reyes.
7-0 for the Magician, and this gets.
But this game, if he breaks and run outs, he wins the first set.
And for the second straight break, nothing drops for Reyes.
That's what Mike
And
was-
watch and look at this.
Those 2 balls are tied up.
And that's the cue.
Tell me how tough this game is. Now, how do you like this action, huh? Here's the funny thing is I feel like I'm playing perfect. I ain't made 2 in a row yet. Figure that. All right, I'll bank it. Here.
1 ball cross corner.
Now, if Mike makes
Right.
this,
Like 20-1.
Is that his best
All
shot,
right, here we
Lori
go.
John? Is
His
that
only shot.
I mean, that's the only.
this is his only shot.
Okay.
What am I supposed to do? What?
There's no
You're shaking your head?
opportunity.
Where's my corner man? Play it. Short, just what I thought. See you later.
He's joking about this on the outside, but he's dying inside.
He sure is. That's really hard. He lets a lot of air out by talking, and that's why he got the nickname the Man.
Is this an easy layout for Efren,
3
Lori
ball.
John?
Yes, it is. He's going to shoot the low balls. Nothing's tied up. Everything has a pocket. I'm looking at the ball. The only area
1 in the corner.
there's 3 solid balls in a row.
Now, I talked to Efren last night after his win against Marlon to get into this final. And he's played Mike before. And I said, how's your record? He goes, Mike has the edge. They're pretty close, but Mike has had the edge in heads-up matches with Efren. But that was in 9-ball and straight pool, not in
5 ball.
8-ball. And certainly not in the last 10 years because Mike really has been pretty much out of the game for the last 10 years.
But that's why I actually liked Mike in this match, because was such a great straight pool player. And straight pool and 8-ball are like the chess of pool, where 9-ball is mostly luck.
Just luck or shot making,
Yeah.
right? He's over this ball. Not easy.
Well, it's
Just barely made that.
almost a foregone conclusion, barring a miraculous turnaround, that Mike Siegel will be down 1-0, perhaps in moments. What does he need to do, Lori John, speaking of Mike Siegel, to get back in this thing?
He needs to go regroup. I think Mike just needs to take a break. He needs to talk a lot, get it all out of his system, and pretend you cannot change the past. You cannot change the past. You have to just go ahead. All Mike has to look at is it's a race. You know, he has to win the next 2 sets.
Again, it's never been done before. Mike Siegel has never lost 2 sets to lose at a final table.
7 in the corner.
And the crutch will make its first appearance here. Efren Reyes is very skilled in that particular shot.
And look at this.
This don't have to go. I'm telling you right now, this don't have to go. I'm telling you.
Mike is
8-ball
saying
in
that
the
this
corner.
does not have to go.
The game and set.
I mean, you just never know.
The first set for Reyes.
8-0. Shell shot. Siegel shell shot.
Gentlemen, leg for break, please. This is set 2. Mr. Reyes leads 1 set
I don't know
to
if you
none.
need any luck, but I'm going to give it to you anyway.
And this is really, Mike has not broken the balls yet, and the break is huge. So this leg,
It's imperative he wins this lag.
Oh, baby.
Oh, man,
Missed it
lost
again.
Gee,
Wow.
makes any sense. He told his wife this morning he wished he was a little bit more nervous.
interesting.
Well, Mike's going to have an opportunity.
Hey, look at this. Finally, he gets a shot.
Back.
13 ball.
All right, here he goes.
I didn't want to do that.
He didn't
Oh,
want to do
boy.
that.
Oh, maybe I didn't. Jesus.
He was not looking to hit the 14 ball. He was looking to come 2 rails and out. He's a wreck right now. He needs to make this 10 ball in the corner pocket with authority, and he needs to run this rack out. And then we'll see the old Mike. Oh, he hit it.
He's made 2 in a row for the first time in the match.
Looked impossible. Slowing over with here.
There may be an element of just
Slowing
trying to
over
keep Efren seated for a while here.
Well, I heard him say, someone asked him, you know, run 8 in a row. He goes, I'm just going to win the game.
Right.
All he was thinking about was just winning a game.
Right.
Well, you got to take 1 ball at a time, 1 game at a time.
Hold on. Well, I'd like to get this 12 and 11.
I wonder how much of this is just trying to keep Efren off of his feet for a while.
15.
I don't think that much. I think he's really playing the rack cautiously. I think
3
he's
in a
just
row.
being very cautious on
Not too good, though. Son of a gun.
what he chooses.
That's not too good.
Now, how is that not too good?
darn
He left
Because-
himself a pretty good shot, it looks to me.
That's the average person now. Now you're the average person saying, well, that's an easy shot. Well,
Okay.
it is an easy shot, but if you look, the 9 ball and the 14 ball,
Boy, oh boy.
he has to get
Lucky I got
perfect
on
on
the
that.
12
And the
first.
12 ball he wanted to get on first.
I see.
So now it's a little bit more difficult than if he got exactly where, a little bit more angle.
And looking 2 shots ahead, sure.
Tricky. I hit this ball here. Well,
He either wanted a little
Hate
bit
to
more
do this.
angle to come off the rail or a little straighter
boom,
to
boom.
draw the
Got a
cue ball
gamble, I
back.
guess.
This is what the average person doesn't understand either, how important position is. If you mess up on your position, if you don't achieve your position, you
I hit
don't
that
run out.
ball.
Yeah, and the position is after you make the ball in the pocket that you want, where do you want the cue ball to wind
I
up?
don't think I
Exactly.
like that either.
And you
Gonna catch
move
right
the
here.
cue ball around by the speed in which you hit the shot and the English where you hit the cue ball with the cue stick. You hit it low, you hit it left, right, high left, high right, how far high right, with what speed, with what
I'm going to
angle.
change strategy here.
And this is all the things that a beginning player doesn't do. They just try to make the ball. Mike's not only just trying to make the ball, he's trying to move that cue ball to the exact spot he wants it to go.
And that's the key word is exact, especially in 8-ball.
I don't like it.
Exact spot. Something that we're watching here too, I appreciate the fact that there
could
is
clip
no
the 8.
time clock.
All right, let's play the 11.
time shot to where we're seeing thoughts here.
Well, it's like a Tiger Woods lining up a putt.
Play a 12.
Now he chose this route, even though it's harder, but it's the only way he can get
12 in the corner.
on these two balls here.
On the yes, the 14 ball and the 9 ball.
What a great shot.
Oh!
Roll, baby.
What a great shot.
That was, did you see how close that came to scratching?
There wasn't a lot of room for him to make that shot in
Now,
between the 7 ball
He
there.
had to hit this with a lot of, very firm. Now look how close he came to scratching, but he had to, watch this, he had to play it this way. It was his only chance. That's why I said I got to gamble.
Can I draw that inside the pocket?
9 ball.
Again, we're looking at there's a very
two-
little
2
room for
inches.
error between the 9 ball and the 8 ball to go into that
Play the
corner
9.
pocket.
9 in the corner.
2 balls to go and the 8 for the win. But not easy at all.
He's going to play
Oh.
the 14 ball in the
Oh, ball.
side pocket. Oh,